aware. So continuing on with this junkyard Honda, and what did we fix? We fixed this exhaust that was leaking, so we sorted out the whole exhaust, and we replaced the rear crash bar in the last video. So if you haven't seen that, go check it out. But today we are going to be sorting this issue out, just to basically get this car an MOT and then back on the road so it's at least drivable, and then some other stuff will come later. But for now, what I've done already is, since fixing the exhaust and putting the stock one back on, which you can see is now on the floor here, I have gone and got this little one. Someone was selling it off of their project on Facebook Marketplace, so I'll give you a listen to that now. Okay, while doing that, something new we have discovered. Tires moving. If I push the accelerator, the wheel spins mad, and then the speedo goes to Narnia. But yeah, we're gonna fix up this boot here, and then at the same time change the brakes, but I've got some more parts coming, so yeah, that'll be soon. We're also just gonna do a coolant and oil change on this Honda, because I mean it's probably been sitting for a while, and yeah, away. Yeah, as you can see, this brake disc was taken off, and this hub locking nut was also taken off and removed, and it does not look old at all, like compared, but our problem is there. So I have no idea why it was taken off, but we're going to take it back off. But anyway, there's our joint split there. Fuck knows what that is, but I'll put it back together. Sort it out, put it back together. Okay, so I got this out, all the suspension from up here, that out of there. The 2 bolts, it was easier to take the airbox out, but 1 bolt went in this side, and then the other bolt went in this side, in this gap. There was this little reservoir up here, which I took out just to make it easier access, because it was a mission to get a wrench in there. And then yeah, these bolts that go on either side, and they go into, well, they go through this and then into these nuts, which are welded in there. And yeah, so that piece just slots in there and then goes onto this mount there. So that's out, so replace that. Then the drive shaft is out, and the suspension, and yeah. So that's the drive shaft out. It has like this little pin on there that you've got to push in when it goes in, or when you pull it out, you just put a screwdriver in there and prise it out. That, which is just bearings, and that go together. First, fucking thing. So that in there takes that shaft, so you have to knock it off. Just knock this off with a hammer, and then you can take the boot off from there. So then you can take this boot off like that, and I took the other boot off, the other side by cutting it. All this gone here. Yes. Okay, this might work, these universal boots actually. This little notch just needs to put down, just so it can't unwind. There we go. Bang that down there. As you can see, there's a bearing on those two, but on that one there's no bearing. That one needs a bearing. There we go. And that's just screw back in there. Like that. That's burn in there, burn in there, burn in there. Perfect. Right, so with the drive shaft boot, we had a few issues where it was split. I ended up pulling it out from inside the gearbox and then having to re-grease both joints and then fit it back in. But we ended up taking out the top part of the suspension. So I've ordered some new bits and I've taken out the other side as well. So we've got some bits here which we're going to put back in, and then yeah, so we'll just do this side and then we'll get onto the other side, fit that in, and then start on the back. But the drive shaft boot is all done and in, and the drive shaft's back together. So yeah, let's get cracking with that. Now we go do the other side. So if you look at both these brake discs, see the grinder marks there and there. I had to grind these across and bang a screwdriver in, a flathead, just to be able to get them out, because they've either been in there so long or they were Loctited in. So it's stripped. They were Phillips, but that's stripped, so I had to cut it and then bang the screwdriver in. But it's a good way if your brakes get stuck to get them out. This is now all in, back together. Found the split button. I fucked a little bit, but that's fine. As long as it doesn't come on. There we go. That's in there. So all of this is back together. And then I just need to do the brakes on the side. Put this back in and put the battery back in there. But then this side's done as well. So yeah. And then that was where the one bolt was. And then the other bolt was here. You have to take the battery out that side, and then this side you have to remove the airbox. You don't have to, but it's easier. And then one's there, and then I remove something here, that, and then one's there. We're now starting on the rears, and we're going to get the suspension on. So we're going to start by taking off this wheel, and then yeah, we'll see how it goes. So that will go there like that, and these two must be universal, so they can go either way. Let's get that off. find out action. So now, the new one there and the old one, we just got to check that they are roughly the same length, and then you wind them out. So, wind it out to how long you think it should be, and then you can put it back in. So that's in, adjusted to what I think is the difference. I'll just need to tighten it up, but I'm going to get this lower one in first. Okay, so now we just got to torque it. And now we just do that whole process over again on the other side. Now we modify. Right, so finally the brakes have shown up and we have some Jordan slotted, just normal fucking brakes. So we're gonna put this on there and then we're gonna put it all back together, change the pads, put it all back together, and then do a little oil change and flush the coolant, and that should be all sweet. You're gonna have to use the old screws just to hold these in place until the new ones come, because they are not here yet, but this should do temporarily. So that's on there. Now we just need to do the other side. Okay, so that's the other side done. Now we're gonna, and by we I mean I, now I'm gonna change the oil and I'm gonna change the coolant because it's looking very not lacquer. Fucking yeah. So can change that and then change the oil. The only problem is I forgot to buy an oil filter, so we're just gonna have to leave it in up there and change it at a different time or date, I guess. Let's just put some clean oil in for now and then we'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. But yeah, so I'm gonna drain off here and then take the oil out obviously, and then yeah. Okay, go in with half this bottle and then we'll give it like 5 minutes just for it to settle down, and we'll check the oil and then make sure it's not too full, because if you have too much oil it's bad for the engine. Too little oil, bad for the engine. Top or bottom, medium, just right, it's fine. Right job. So you can see where we're up to now when this decides to focus. If you can see in the middle here where my nail is, there you can see like a little line between the two. So put it back in, top it up a bit more, and then we check again. Now we're here, you can see just below that dot, so that's pretty much perfect. So I can go back in, give all this a wipe up, cap that on, and then we can give it a start. So now we're just gonna let it run and make sure it doesn't overheat and no oil lights come on or anything like that. Okay, so the car's holding temperature. We're just gonna check once more underneath, make sure that's all good. That's all sweet.